This perp back with another video, and I just got done watching Wentworth season 8 episode 3, and things are slowly starting to boil. We're getting introduced to new characters. There's old characters still out there looming in the darkness, but make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter at perpminded420. Check out the playlist in the description below for everything Wentworth. With all that being said, let's get right into this review. Now we get introduced to a brand new character named Judy. You know, she's kind of a hacktivist, which I didn't know that was an actual term. Whatever. She hacked into the government, and now, you know, she's on lockdown. Other characters within the facility aren't too keen on her arrival, especially Anne. Anne is really, you know, worried about her, but I'll get back into that very shortly. As you know, Judy meets everybody like Allie, Boomer, and just Ruby, and you know, there's this issue that pops up at the prison where, you know, they swapped out the food and they get shittier food now, and this is where Judy kind of inserts herself, and her and Allie kind of have this alliance where they pretty much come up with the idea to have a hunger strike, which at first I was like, I don't know where this is going, but I see that it kind of served as like comedic humor, kind of a little bit, like a little bit of humor in there just to kind of lighten things up, but you know, it is what it is. While that's going on, we have a lot of things going on with Lou and Rebel. They've been really teasing these two characters, and I always said I think something bad is going to happen to Rebel for, you know, Lou to kind of snap and just, you know, completely forget what she was you know, there for, because she was pretty much ignoring, you know, Allie and just trying to stay out of trouble. But if Rebel dies, then, you know, that leaves her no choice but to say, hey, fuck it, I might as well just go all the way in. So Rebel is really struggling with the medicine that she's taking to, you know, transform, I guess, and whatnot, and her not taking this medicine is having an effect on her. We will get to Mari in a second, because, you know, Will wants her to be shipped off to a psych ward, a secure psych ward, pretty much. You know, so Rebel pretty much goes up to Will and says, yo, can you get me this medicine? You know, I really need it, you know, if I'm going to stay in here and whatnot. And, you know, Will is actually doing a pretty good job, I would say so far, as governor right now. But, you know, Anne is really giving him a hard time. She's very shady, which I have a prediction about her character I'll get into later. But, you know, Lou's able to find Rebel some type of shit that's just, I don't know if it's like the exact type of medicine she needs, but, you know, that comes into play a little bit later. I'll get into that. But now let's get into what is possibly my favorite part of this whole entire episode, where Judy is getting interrogated by this like super secretive dude, whatever he works for, you know, national security. He threatens Judy, tries to pressure her into cracking, and, you know, like I said, Anna really doesn't like Judy at all, so she takes matters into her own hands. While that's going on, you know, Judy and Allie are able to rally up all the women, well, most of the women, to do this hunger strike, you know, and really stick it to people. Meanwhile, Rebel tries to reapproach Will to find out about like the medicine, and Will's not able to do anything because of Anna. Anna is really just stopping everything from happening, which makes me really think that she's suspicious. So you're probably wondering where Mari is this whole entire episode. You know, she's kind of going through her phase. I don't know exactly where they're going to go with her character. Is she going to be redeemed? Let me know if you would be cool with seeing Mari getting redeemed in this series, or do you think she's just playing everybody and just trying to get back to, Gen Pop and really set things off. I think she's going to set some things off. Maybe she's going to be redeemed. I don't know. It's really hard to tell with Mari's character. That's what makes her character dope. Going back to Judy now, she's kind of starting to freak out. You kind of see that she's not trying to break under pressure, but certain people are forcing her hand as she tries to confront Allie about this and about her laptop and who she told. And Allie's like, look, you can't touch me like that. I'm top dog. You gotta come to me correctly. And now Anna has pretty much told, Judy that your old national security buddy is, pretty much waiting for you to kind of talk to you. And, he pretty much, throws a bunch of bullshit at her and says, look, I can keep you here indefinitely if you think I'm playing. And that really gets, Judy kind of shook. She's definitely a little bit scared of the situation that she's in, but it's going to be really interesting what they do with her character. I'll get back to it very shortly. We get some time with Ruby and we finally get to meet her father. We get a lot of backstory on her and just Rita. We find out that, Rudy's father is got cancer and is about to die, and this was a really cool moment for Allie to kind of step in as top dog and really comfort her in this situation. But it's crazy because Ruby is not safe at all, without Rita there. So at any moment, she's pretty much an open target. If she has a blind spot, somebody's going to take advantage of that. I think Ruby is still on the chopping block. So going back to Lou and Rebel, they almost get caught, as Lou tries to smuggle in some, drugs for her, some of her medicine for her, and that's contraband, and they get caught. But you see Jake let them pass and let them slide for just now. Later on in the episode, you see Rebel looking into the mirror. The next thing you know, she's walking with Lou and she ends up on the floor just looking like she's ODing, and she took some of that stuff that Lou gave her earlier that we were unclear on what exactly that stuff was. So who knows what's her condition. Going back to the ending though, where pretty much Judy tells Allie, I'm sorry, I apologize, I was set up. And now I really think my whole prediction with Judy, I think she's going to be a wild card. I think she'll be a bigger player in the later on in the season, maybe season 9. I don't see her storyline being something that just gets wrapped up this season. I could be wrong, but I feel like she's going to be a big player, and we still have Ferguson out there somewhere. We still haven't seen nothing of her in this episode, which it was kind of a bummer, but I'm expecting to see something with her next episode. I didn't see the preview, but let me know how you guys feel about this episode. I thought it was really solid. I like the new character Judy, even though she's kind of shady, but I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Anna. I think she is in on it too with this Asian dude. I don't know, but let me know your thoughts. And until next week, I will see y'all later. Peace.